Hello and good morning, everybody. I'm so sorry for the few minutes I am late. I had a mini panic attack as I thought that the presentation that I have to give for my TV3 class later just disappeared. And I just had a pseudo mini heart palpitation. But we're good. It's good, and it's okay. So I hope you're all doing well today. Good morning, Dan and Mike and Shannon and Jaden and Madison and Liana. So happy that you guys are all here. Well, some of you are here. Some of you left already. So that's cool. Just for the record, dropping your name and leaving is a pretty uncool thing to do, but I can see it here live on my screen. Oh, yeah. So hope you guys are having a good week so far this week. We've got a fairly simple and straightforward class today. As far as our itinerary, I wanted to take a look at the projects that you had turned in that were due this morning before class. Happy to report that most of you, I'm just going to double check here with you. One was turned in recently. Cool. You guys might be the highest percentage of turn-ins so far, which is awesome. You guys should be really proud of that. I'm hoping you enjoyed your time in WeVideo. I know the footage was maybe a little bit less to be desired, but we'll talk about what's around the corner next. We'll give a few minutos for some people to show up today, hopefully. But the name of the game for today is taking a look at some things, your projects. I'll outline the week a little bit and kind of give some hints as to what's next, but we're probably not going to get into our project announcement until next class. I figured I would keep in line with kind of how our class structure would be if we were in school. You guys work on a project, and I think it's only fair that we take some time to watch those and talk about them a little bit and, kind of enjoy a nice, easy day. So I thought it would be unfair of me to say, hey, your project's due this morning, and then immediately here's your next project. So that does mean that today into next class, we won't have any assignments or any work or anything like that. So you can kind of breathe a little bit and gear yourselves up for what's next. Jaden, we are going to watch them. Do you want to start with yours? That would be really cool. In fact, you might not have any say in the matter, as I'm going to go cue one up. I'm going to start with Jaden's. So bear with me. I did find a way through my broadcast system to punch in these videos. You just have to give me a sec to swap them out. I can't preload them. I have to do them one at a time. Not a huge deal at all. It'll just take a second here, so I'm going to try and talk my way through to Jaden's video. Okay, cool. So we're going to start with Jaden's. Now, Jaden, it's too late. And Joe, good morning. I'm sorry. Jaden, it's going to happen. If we had a full class today, which we're shy of by about 13 people. That's not good. We wouldn't have time to watch all of them. But we'll get through as many as we can with enough time to just make a few quick announcements and then wrap early. Not wrap. Well, we'll probably wrap a little early. Make sure that you guys can get ready for your next class and I can get ready for my next class. Dan, yours will be next. And I do have a list going of, people that are here. I want to make sure that, at the end of the marking period, I can say, well, Jaden has been in every live stream, and that's awesome. And if you dropped your name and bounced, I'm going to note that too, because it tells me. Oh no, and I got paper in my coffee. There are worse things in the world right now. Plus, what's a little fiber? That'll help. Okay. All right, so let's kick it off with James. We won't waste any time. Just want to keep an eye on the clock for you folks. We'll start with James. We'll go right into Dan's. And so without further ado, here's James' video. I'll see you on the other side. All right. Jaden, that was really good. That was really, really good. I liked that a lot. You did a fantastic job in making some connections between those scenes. You did a good job of kind of honing into the elements there, and really, really, really sneaky green screen picture-in-picture overlay. I don't know if anyone else caught it. It was in the background of the skater clip, and you shrunk them down there, and that was really cool. So good job. The one thing that and I want to welcome Adam and Jake and Anna to the class. And then I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's right. So the one thing that I just wanted to say to everyone is that while you are able to hear the audio that plays back, I am still not able to hear that, and that's has to do with my setup more than anything. And it's not to say there's not audio there. I can see the levels going, so I knew exactly what songs you used in the order in which you used them, because one of those songs hits way louder at certain times. So I think it's always an interesting exercise. They say if you want to study editing, watch films without, even if it's films without the sound on, and you'll pay more attention to the cuts. And I think that's a sign of being able to track down or see a good edit, like when you feel it, not because of the sound, but because of the timing and the pace. That was really, really good. Cocoa Puffs, good choice. Oh, you're so welcome for the SpongeBob. Yeah, so I was spending yesterday learning about some of the new equipment that I got and how I can implement it. And of course, I spent some time trying to figure out how to put overlays in my videos so that I can throw SpongeBob up there just for fun. I only have a few extras for right now, but definitely going to work on adding some more, because I was having way too much fun trying to figure out things that worked and would be fun. So SpongeBob will be there. All right. I think Dan is on deck, so he's going up next. All right. We're going to keep the pace brisk. And whoops, let's bounce back here and let's enjoy Dan's video. 1, 2, 3. the very, very long story is over now. Sorry, I thought that was really funny. Dan, excellent job. That was really, really good. We'll throw SpongeBob your way as well. Great use of transitions there. I think it flowed really well. Good pacing, good timing of everything. That negative clip, it actually looked like another student of mine in my TV broadcasting class, which is kind of funny and a little scary. And then I'm glad, generally speaking, everyone got to play around with some of those transitions that are a little cheesy, kind of get them out of our system, hopefully, as we move into some bigger and, I don't want to say more serious, because it's not, but a more serious production-oriented type of project. So, all right, let's go cue the next one up. I want to make sure that we're rolling here. As I said earlier, you guys have turned in more videos for this project than some of my other classes, and while that's great, it just means we don't have a lot of time for all of them. So let's go find someone else who's in the chat. Boom, got it. And throw it in there. All right. So this one's going to come courtesy of Liana. We're watching everyone's. Well, we're going to watch as many as there are folks here. And I don't want to waste you guys' time by showing someone's video if they're not here with us today. That seems kind of counterintuitive to screen their piece when they can't even make the time to come to class. You guys did. So we'll take a look at yours and talk about them briefly. I know there's not a whole heck of a lot to talk about as far as, critiques and feedback. So if there are small things I can point out where maybe we can improve a little, I'll throw those out there, of course. But because everyone worked from the same footage, so I know they're going to be very similar. Or it'll be the next time around where we build a little bit, and I'll explain that project a teeny bit today and just kind of give you the outline of how that's going to look next class and the class after and moving forward. So without further ado, we'll go to Liana's video. That was really good, and I'm glad you guys have started coming up with unique and interesting titles, because I think that helps connect some of these clips together, right? Whether it's adventure, which I thought was an excellent story or a title, and your credit screen at the end, the way that the font or text came up over the mountains on that shot, I thought was a really, really well selected clip and placement of your text. But the titles kind of help sell and connect a narrative thread, maybe more so with this example than anything we've done in class, in that, just simply by naming it something, it already kind of plants a narrative thread in someone's head. So when they watch, these scenes become a little bit less random. So really good job there. Adam used the paper plane. It's okay. I saw it a few times yesterday, which is not the worst thing in the world. But let's go see Adam's paper plane. I should really organize these alphabetically here. I don't think I have Adam's. Adam, unless yours is called One's Journey. then I don't have it. So if that's the case, then we will go to Shannon. Shannon's in our chat too. So Adam, if you did name yours one's journey, let me know. Just because it doesn't come up as the file name, and that's what I'm looking at. So let's jump over to Shannon's. Wait, she is. Oh, she is here. Okay, good. I want to make sure. All right, you enjoy Shannon's. Nice title out. Shannon, that was really, really good. I really liked the selection, I guess the order in which you put your clips in there. There was a pretty clear thread, going from flowers to flowers or nature to nature or the people driving and then the top-down shot of the car. So even supplementing with the stock footage, like really smart choices there. I thought that was good. Dylan, welcome. Dylan's here. And Adam did. Okay, so no, Adam, don't worry about it because when I go to Google Classroom, when I go to your name, it'll have your video there regardless of the title. I just knew that when I downloaded them, it having like your actual name there would help because if everyone named their project like the same name they used in their video, I would have no idea whose was whose, which is fine. I can still screen them. I just wouldn't be able to know if it was someone that was here. So let's get into Adam's next. All right, and take it away, Adam. Gotta end with hip hop, Santa, right? Adam, you did some really cool things there. I like that there were a few clips that you just kind of flipped horizontally. Just having the perspective change a little bit made it feel, I mean, granted, in comparison to everything that we've been seeing, a little bit different. Like the dune buggy, I think you flipped, and so it looked like it was going the other direction. And that may seem really simple, but when we watch, you know, 10 of these in a row, you go, oh, it looks different. And that's really cool. So good job there. The picture in picture, smartly chosen, the music notes over the record player. And there was one more thing that jumped out. And sadly, I don't have the ability to go back and scrub through because I would love to point out certain things. I think the other thing that jumped out to me would be you did the shot of the time lapse of the night sky and the mountains, and then the shot after that was I think a time lapse of the sun going down over the city. I would have reversed those. I would have put the sun going down first and then have the time lapse of the night, just because we go from night to then the sun setting, which is a little like if you think about the timeline of the course of your day, it's the sun sets and then it's dark, and it's not the other way around. So I'm not saying it was a bad choice. I would have just flipped them. That's just me personally. No, that's perfect. And I'm glad that if you were looking to match the skater, then you're paying attention to the direction in which characters and objects are moving within the frame and trying to keep that consistent. And so a skateboarder and a dune buggy doesn't necessarily make sense to cut from one to the other, but if you're cutting on that motion, then I think it can be a really effective edit. So I like the mentality there. That was really, really a good decision. So let's scroll back up here and find our next person. Doot, doot, doot. We're gonna play Jake's video. Sorry, I can't have you guys pick in class. It just takes too long in between sessions. So, one's journey. All right, here we have Jake's. Enjoy. All right, Jake, really, really cool. That was awesome. We're going to throw up a little happy dance there for you. I thought that you made some really smart decisions in the selection of your clips. And then with a green screen there at the end of the Raining Money, that worked really well. Nice kind of use of picture-in-picture and chroma key. But I think one of the things that jumped out to me the most was your matching of I guess natural elements, for lack of a better word. There was a series of shots in a row that all had to do with the beach or sand. And I thought that was really smart that you placed them together because they are like things, right? Yoga lady, palm trees, seal. Then we went from the waterfall in the background to a close-up of the puddle, right? Both those elements are water. Like those were linked together. So I think that was a really, I don't think that was arbitrarily done. I think you kind of made a conscious effort to do that because it happens so much. And even you can argue it's a stretch, but it jumped out to me. The extra clip that you found of the sun in the sky and then the balloons being filled up, I thought worked really well too, right? Both those shots had the element of fire, right? Giant fireball in the sky, little fireball and the balloon. I thought that was really cool too. So I'm hoping, and I wish there was a better way to discuss live with one another your thought process there. But those are the things that jumped out to me in watching that. So great job. So I'm scrubbing my list here to see who else is here. We got Joe in the crowd. We've got Anna in the crowd and Dylan. Joe, Anna, Dylan. I don't have Anna's. Sad face. But I did download this like an hour ago. So if you added yours, Anna, at like say 9:35, it probably came in after I downloaded this. So it doesn't mean I didn't get it. It just means that it wasn't in my download folder. All right, let's take a look at Joseph's. Ashley, hello and welcome. All right, we're going to take a look at Joe's video. Maybe we'll look at Ashley's when she comes back. Matt's here as well. People trickling in late. That's okay. Here we go. Enjoy Joe's. Joe, very nice job. Interesting choices with the people sleeping and playing games, which was funny because I think I came across that clip as well when I was looking for something for a personal project. And yet again, somehow, someone in this stock footage looks like a friend of mine, which was really weird. But cool, very cool, very cool, very cool. All right, we're going to keep trucking on, keeping an eye on the clock for you guys. All right, of course. I did say Ashley's was next, so let's just get into it and enjoy. And then we'll press on and do Matt's, and then I'll look for Dylan's, and then I'll see who else I missed. But we'll see you after Ashley's. Right, Ashley, that was really, really cool. And it's a theme that I haven't seen yet in any of my other classes. This simple notion of, the title says it all, day and night, right? And even though there were some clips that maybe you couldn't tell what time of day it was, like the close up of the flower and things like that. I think the imagery itself was bright and colorful versus some of the ones at the end, which were a little bit darker. I thought that was a really effective way to communicate two contrasting themes. So really good job in looking at those clips and saying, okay, here's how they make sense to me. That was great. That was wonderful. So very good job with that. We'll give you a SpongeBob in the meantime. And I got to find more because I'm having way too much fun throwing those in there. All right, let's get to Matthew's. Hopin. Okay. And we'll have Dylan's on deck, and then we might wrap, unless I'm forgetting someone. I'll scrub back through and take a look in a sec. Okay, so without further ado, Matthew. If you're watching, there is no audio attached to this video, so it's not a mix-up. Matthew, what happened? Okay, Matt. Any insight as to what happened with our audio there? Just kind of curious. We forgot to put that in. Remember, 2 uses of audio were required. All right, we'll get into Dylan's, and then we're going to wrap our screening. I'll touch upon a few things as they pertain to our schedule, and then we'll call it a little early today. So thank you for being here for our screening today. Again, I just thought it would make sense for us to kind of, on a project turn-in day, unwind, relax, know that heading into next class, there's not an assignment immediately given to you guys. So I hope you appreciate that. It does mean on Friday, when I get into the project, we will have some stuff to take care of. I'll explain that after Dylan's video. I'll see you in about 90 seconds. Finn. What a classy way to end that, Dylan. Cool. All right, gang. So thank you for being a part of our screening. I'm hoping you found some of the comments and things helpful, useful. I know, like I said, with this type of project, there's not too much to comment on, but I'm so happy to see you guys, doing creative work at home. This is a step in the right direction for us. As we know, we're going to be out of the building for the next couple weeks. And so I've got our next project queued up and ready to go. We're going to get into it on Friday. It's going to be a little bit more involved. It will involve some shooting at home, probably using your phones. If you have cameras, great. But as I know some people do. But a phone is perfectly fine, and I'll go over some things in regards to how to best utilize that next class. I'll get into the project specifications next class as well. It's probably going to take me 15 to 20 minutes to go through that. That's what I've mapped out and planned out, just so you have an idea what to expect. I'm going to take 5 or 6 minutes to go through the project requirements, the structure, and the first part of the project assignment. The one thing that I kind of honestly didn't really put much stock into was, okay, giving a project gets us back to doing projects, but we can't do them the same way that we used to. So the whole production cycle has changed a little bit, and my goal is to speed through some of the stuff that we would spend a lot of time doing in class, which means we will have an assignment next class. All right, so make sure you're there for that as well. But that assignment is in the name of preparation for our shooting project. So that assignment is effectively our pre-production, and will put us on the right track to make sure that that project, we've got a clear idea of what it is and how to execute it moving forward. All right, the other end of that, and I'll talk more about this in greater detail on Friday, is that the turnaround time, the time frame for this project might be a little bit longer as well, just to accommodate this at-home lifestyle and schedule. So I'm hoping that you'll find that it's not too quick of a turnaround time. I think once you guys got into WeVideo, you might have felt more comfortable at the end of your edit than we did when we were doing our tutorials together. So that's a positive. And the more practice we get in there, the better. So stay tuned for that on on Friday. So we'll introduce the project Friday. We'll have an assignment Friday that'll be due before Tuesday, and then we'll press on into production and post-production. So if there's any time that we have left on Friday, and I imagine there will be, I'm going to use that time for you guys. If you have any last-minute lingering questions, or you had issues in WeVideo that you want me to demonstrate, I'm going to use that time for just a quick catch-up session. So if you're coming to class today and you haven't been here in a while, and you want to use that time to just ask some questions about WeVideo or have me go over stuff again, we'll use that time for that. Otherwise, gang, we're going to wrap on today. The projects that were turned in this morning, or whenever you turn them in, will most likely be graded over the weekend, just kind of like we're in school. That's when I have the largest chunk of time available to sit down. As silly as it seems, right? We have nothing but time on our hands, and I'm still trying to find ways to keep busy every hour of the day. My Saturday ritual is kind of wake up, have big breakfast, and then grade for 6 or 7 hours. So that's probably what's going to happen. So you'll notice these grades start to come in on the parent portal over the weekend. And that's it. I think that's it. That's all. So we got a few minutes left, I guess, before your next session or class starts. So feel free to head on out. All right, get into whatever it is you need to get into to get ready for that. Take a break, lay on the couch. So just wanted to, thank you guys for your time today, for watching our screenings, and I will see you all on Friday. All right, make sure we're there for that project introduction, okay? And if you have a friend that's not here today, make sure they're in class on Friday so they hear that, all right? Because if they have a question after, I'm going to refer them to our stream that day, all right? Have a wonderful afternoon. I will see you all on Friday, all right? Adios.